Hello and welcome back. We are now about to play the final match of today. As we mentioned previously, the finals will be played live on LAN. So for now, it's just about KGSZL against Vivis Adventure.
Yep, one of these teams will qualify for the LAN finals to face off against Team Singularity, and it's going to be some special circumstances, a little bit less than usual. So I'm excited to find out, but we'll find out when and where the finals will actually be happening tomorrow.
Yep.
So still remains a little bit of a mystery, but definitely already getting the challengers out there is going to be great to have. And I'm really happy that Singularity already secured their spot. I definitely enjoyed watching them perform on the Group C out there. Now, I would have normally thought that it would be Vivis Adventure going through, but after seeing the performance against NSA, they weren't so convincing, and I feel like KGSZL are surely capable of taking them down. But if they just hold on to the performance that they had on the last map on Numbani, they're going to be safe. But this match surely will be exciting, and it will be worthy of being the last match of the day for sure.
Absolutely, it's going to be tricky. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see because Vivi's definitely got better over the series. At the start, NSA definitely would have been our choice to win, I think. But Vivi's at the end pulled it out. So KGSZL definitely the dark horse. We didn't expect them, as we've kind of been saying throughout I've been saying rather throughout this whole tournament, is that they won the group stages. They weren't the favorites. We didn't expect them to. We weren't sure how they would perform, and they've been actually very solid. So it'll be interesting to see what ends up happening here and what the team maps will be. They beat Vivis quite easily. Wait, did they play? Yeah.
Are you talking about KGSZL?
Yeah.
Vivis lost against Singularity.
Yeah, with Singularity. I was like, who did they play against? And it's like, yeah, they haven't matched up. So this is the first time we're going to see them match up right now.
Mm-hmm. And good shot for KGSZL. After all, I mean, I once again just took a look at the Twitter feed of some of the players, and Kib was like so happy. Wow, we won the Group D as a mixed team, actually. So maybe they weren't even expecting to win their group, and now they're standing up against a chance of getting qualified to the LAN finals. This is just huge for them.
And they've been so good. Ecstatic. That's the thing. It's like I completely got that impression that they weren't like a professional, like polished team. And I'm just really impressed by the performance that they've been putting out so far. They keep exceeding the expectations, really. So it's great for them, and it would be amazing if they're able to make it out. And that's kind of the point of the Legends series. It's an opportunity for semi-pro teams that need more stage experience and proper tournament experience, particularly in games like Overwatch, where there aren't that many tournaments already for the major teams, and for the tier below it's definitely tougher, and it gives opportunities for really good players who want to challenge professional teams and see if they can match up against them in a competition setting, the opportunity to do so, to qualify through the online qualifier, then match up in the group stages, and here they are. And that's what happened with KGSZL.
Sure, and also is like a great opportunity, as you mentioned, and also like this lower scene is so active. I can see so many of the shuffles going on, all of the players actually, even if they lose a team, instantly looking for another one, just engaging themselves in all these scrims and stuff. So it's alive, but unfortunately more like behind the scenes. But there we go. Route 66.
But you need the tournaments to be able to support that and everything. Yeah, so sorry, you were saying Route 66?
Yeah, I thought that maybe Dorado is going to be picked right here, but it's even more of a possibility. KGSZL, after all, in the group stage, in the last match of the groups, the last map that they played, the deciding one was Dorado. This got them through to the playoffs due to an amazing play by Ascoft, where it was already supposed to be the third and fourth round, where they would have to struggle a little bit longer out there, but instead it was secured. Maybe once again it's going to be the last map right here. Maybe once again KGSZL will prevail, but first of all it's Route 66, and then we'll see which one is going to be the pick for these teams. But Nepal's surely dangerous of a map for Vivis Adventure. They got close on Nepal against NSA. KGSZL had an amazing run against Singularity on Nepal, losing only 2-3. So Then on the other hand, I was talking about how Dorado was a lucky map for KGSZL, so I'm not sure if Vivis Adventure will want this one.
I think the thing is, though, is that KGSZL has had trouble closing maps out. And Vivis Adventure have been playing better and better as this tournament today has been going on. And I can see them, if they're actually starting to feel more like their old selves, it's the sort of thing where they can get control of a point and then shut the other team out quite easily. And that seems to be the weakness of KGSZL. Singularity doesn't seem to struggle with that. They will lose the point, they'll calmly recollect themselves and take it back. But KGSZL definitely seems to be struggling with that aspect. So I would be a little bit worried about that if I was them. I'd definitely go for... I would... You know, the initial point, Route 66, is a nice one. It gives them an opportunity to kind of feel each other out and will give us a bit of indication. But I'm not sure I would go for Nepal.
Yeah, it's definitely a little bit true. But what I'm saying right here is that KGSZL, no matter who wins the first map, they're going to be quite comfortable with whatever gets picked second.
Yeah,
if it's going to be Dorado, they're going to do fine. If it's going to be Nepal, it's not going to be a horrible map, right? Yeah.
Absolutely. No, absolutely. They will definitely be comfortable. Players to watch for me in this match are definitely going to be Shax. So he's substituting for Zeus in KGSZL. He's been performing really well, and I want to continue seeing that. Askoft has also been coming up big. He came up huge in the group stages, so he's another one I want to be watching. And Leo Deads, who... has not necessarily been performing up to scratch. So I kind of feel like both teams showed a stronger gameplay in the group stages. But we'll have to wait and see. But Elivote straight on that Doomfist, which I would love to see, if that's the case. But I'm not sure.
Well, surely it would be lovely to see it. But yeah, that's the thing. I don't think that it's going to be an option. I would love to see a Sombra right here.
Yes.
I mean, Route 66 is the best map pretty much, right, where you can kick it off with a Sombra on defense. But we've not seen that today. But FCZ in the group stage, he's been the man who definitely has played it a lot. And on Vivis Adventure side, he's actually the one to pick it up. So sure, why not? And actually, just for the record, at the top, the names for now are swapped. It's Vivis Adventure on the defense is going to be KGSZL attacking first.
So that's what we'll have to just wait and see. I'm actually really curious to see how Vivis will be playing from the opening. Are they warmed up? Are we back to normal? Are they feeling good about their gameplay, or what's going to end up happening? But MCZ is getting that Sombra, so that will be good to see. You've definitely seen some great plays out of Sombra, so it will be exciting to see them pull that out.
Alrighty, so everybody's just getting prepared. The last preparations are being done, and let's kick it off. No Reaper also to open it up, as you've been quite excited with it. In the
I was, and we did see it. Like, you know, well, I keep referencing the Apex finals, but we did see it a little bit in the group stages, and that was really good. And actually, the best performance I saw was exactly on Route 66, and it was to open up this initial checkpoint, and then they just swapped over to the Diva. But that's alright. So we'll just have to wait and see.
Okay, so for now the initial team fight's opening up. Leodeds indeed is sticking with the Doomfist for a little bit in here, and I definitely like it. We saw him on Doomfist in the group stage, we saw MCZ on the Sombra, so people are falling back to a little bit of a comfortable picks. Of course, they're throwing everything down for this one last match, as it all that matters before the LAN finals. So the payload's still being pushed. The Sombra is really stacking up that EMP. She's got it already, but not using it up just yet. So the next team fight will definitely be a big one.
Yeah, no, they've actually gotten some good momentum going with this payload. I'm surprised at how far they've gotten without any real resistance, it seems, from KGSZL.
Well, there we go. The payload's almost at the first point already. The pulse bomb's gonna get rid of Lolsish, actually. Sharp getting a double kill even out there, and Leodeds trying to zone the enemies away. Finally, the MP knocks out a couple of people out there, and they're able to take down Leodeds and Gustav, but this still is a little bit of a mixed team fight, and Kib seems to be securing that point. Yeah,
but Sharp gets another 2 kills, and yeah, like very easy first checkpoint for Vivis, I would say.
At most, they've been stopped for like 2 seconds. There's not been a single overwhelming team fight from the defenders. This is pretty much the first point sacrifice right off the bat, and this is not a good start for Vivis adventure.
No, not at all. Which doesn't bode well. So we'll just
and FZZ falls back. He does not stick with the Sombra anymore. It is a Zenyatta right now. The AMP really got them like 2 or 3 kills, but that's nothing major. Lolsish right now getting attacked by Leo's heads right there, but managed to survive. There comes the self-destruct, a good one! Elevote apparently can perform perfectly on both D.Va and Soldier 2.
Yeah, huge play right there. So Henzu pushing in, trying to force the other team back, eliminates Askov. Have to wait and see. I just really want Vivis to kind of continue playing, but it's very messy, it's not very clean, and at the moment I actually think KGSZL would have a much better chance against Singularity than Vivis if Vivis are going to be playing like this, so we'll just have to wait and see. But Shaq's coming out with his ultimate, seeing if he can catch a couple of people. He does, he catches FZZ. Is he able to catch anyone else? Yep, Mombati goes down. He has to put it away, but nice ultimate, and he has really been a standout on the team. As a replacement for Zeus, he should be feeling really good about himself. And look at that, and just as I'm praising him, he gets another 2 kills in shop cleaning up.
Yep, that's going to be another good team fight for KGSZL. And as you mentioned, it's just when you're so hit or miss, when you're so inconsistent, it's definitely not a good thing to have in your side, and definitely it's not going to give you great chances going into finals against a team like Singularity. And I'm definitely with you on it. Like, KGSZL for now should be a much better contender out there, but for now FCZ is getting a kill on Leo Deads. Good opening up this team fight. Wimbati also being a little bit of a troublemaker right there in the middle of the fight, but Sharp's trying to chase him down. Enzo going ham again. 2 swift strikes, 2 kills, and then Lolsish to just seal the deal. And finally, they're starting to win a single team fight here, a single team fight there. The time bank's getting exhausted a tiny bit, because if they got like 4 or more minutes going into the hangar, it would have been a horrible situation for Vivis adventure.
Yeah, that would have been really, really terrible. But they still managed to kind of actually hold back. And I think the other thing to point out about KGSZL is that with Zeus, I imagine would be back, they'll feel even more comfortable and be able to challenge Singularity better in the finals. So definitely think that they are looking like that. Shaq's coming big, getting another 2 kills, and this is just eating into the time, or gaining them more time. But he gets taken out, and Henzu gets taken out by Sharp as well. Sharp has been another player that I think has just been so impressive.
Important late kill on Mombati that delays the defenders a little bit more. It's the second point probably. No, not yet. There's still 3-4 people even to try and hold them back a little bit longer, but is it going to be enough? FCZ in a very good position all by himself out there. Zeker managing to outstand actually a Winston 1v1, which is quite big. Then Gustav securing the kill out there, but finally it seems like the red team's pushing through. KGSZL should finally have this second point after no struggle initially. Now struggling just a tiny bit. It gradually increases for Vivis adventure, so maybe they will be able to hold them back before they take the third one and the last one. But still, it's not a bad performance at all by KGSZL. It definitely favors them for now.
Yeah, absolutely. 2 minutes 30 seconds still on the clock. Shax and Sharps are just like popping off right now, getting kill after kill, doubles and triples constantly, which is huge for them. Askov is setting up, but Henzu manages to win the Genji duel, and Vivi's adventure is holding KGSZL at least back outside of the garage.
Yes,
oh, look at that. Nerf is in the chat, and he is betting all his betties onto KGSZL.
Okay, I felt like it is a little bit too dangerous to bet on this matchup, so I'm just going to enjoy the show.
Ah, you chicken, I put everything down.
Well, I already earned quite a bit of betties out there, but it's all for the sake of fun for me, at least.
Yeah.
And there we go. Sound barrier going down actually, but Zikor is hanging out at the back of this team fight really. He doesn't get engaged into dangerous situations in here, but Kib's hopping in and out and in the middle of the fray out there. He's not really going to be able to get much done. The enemies are on the buildings and inside of the buildings getting rid of Askov. Now Kib finally goes down to Elevote, Helix rockets, and yes, they were able to take over the second point, but they weren't able to even roll the payload past the gate, which is quite surprising.
No, Henzu has been holding on to his ultimate for quite a while now. He just managed to get a kill on Leodeds, but he's still holding on to it really well. Takes out Askov with Lulsish. So we'll see what he's doing, but he's sitting up on the hill. Sharp is sitting around the corner waiting sneakily to see what he's able to do. The Union Jack on his back.
Lulsish connecting towards two people as he hops in, but
Pulse
then he's
bomb
going to get
catches
knocked
Lulsish.
out by the Pulse Bomb, yeah. And Transcendence flies through, and this time they should be able to push the payload at least a tiny bit. Elephant though survives way too long, and before his death he's able to take down Gustav. Not sure if it's going to be a major difference in the up-and-coming fight, but still made it look quite flashy.
Definitely, so we'll have to just, Leodeds is pushing it, but finally they get through, but they only have 20 seconds. So this is definitely gonna, we managed to see I think one group stage fight where they did kill everyone and just one easy push through, but I don't think Vivis Adventure is going to give them that opportunity. Henzu pops out the Dragon Blade, takes out two people, Shax and Askov, that's huge. Shax has been so crucial, takes out Leodeds as well, another really good player. Sharp is the only one down, but he gets killed. That is huge coming out of Henzu. Look at that, and single-handedly he stops it right there. So KGSZL only get 2 points.
Yep, an amazing start, only to just get crushed by the end of this Road 66. But not everything is over. I feel like the first point will be extremely important right here, and I have that feeling that KGSZL might be able to hold back their enemies so much more efficiently right in front of the gas station. But I don't think that they would go for the Sombra, because that's just something that they haven't done previously. And also Leodeds is sitting on that soldier of his, and not too sure if the Doomfist would be a good idea. But, well, maybe in the lower tunnels out there, we already saw how much havoc you can wreak, basically. We saw even some play of the games in Group C and D here on this map. But, no, they're just going to stick with the standard one, I think.
Yeah, we'll have to just wait and see. I mean, Elevode is on Doomfist. Once again, I am a big fan of it, so... But with 45 seconds to go, I doubt it. We'll just have to wait and see.
No, they're just sticking with Soldier Tracer and the Genji, so 3 DPS, which is always something. A little bit less standard, actually, but... And then still not too unusual. While on the other side, we've got FZZ picking up an Ana, at least to maybe mess around a little bit. But Elevode, I would so love to see some good Doomfist performance from Vivis Adventure.
Yeah, that would be excellent. I did look through their stats, and no one seemed to really stand out. But maybe it was just outside. Maybe they've just been practicing it in scrims.
Yep.
That is very possible. We'll have to see, but it looks like he's definitely sticking to it. We've got 1 second to go. It's about to start up, and is he going to walk out? Yes, he does. So Elevode on the Doomfist, but we're following Mumbati pushing up with that Tracer, scouting out the tunnel. I wonder what I wonder if KGSZL will be fighting this. But oh wow, okay, so once Mumbati scouted out the tunnel, Elevode walked straight back in and changed the Doomfist for Soldier 76. So I think you are absolutely right. It was just to clear out that initial area.
So Elevode already trying to lock down Askov on his Winston, but the Helix Rock is actually going a different way. Gustav has his biotic grenade from the other side on himself, so has no healing out there, will be going down very quickly, and what a good team fight from Vivis Adventure to open it up, and looks pretty similar to what it looked like just a while ago when it was the other team attacking.
Lulsish coming up big there with a couple of kills, and yeah, 5 down, taken out instantly by Vivis Adventure, and it looks like they'll just capture this second checkpoint. I'm not sure that they'll be able to. Askov is coming in though, it looks like, to challenge it, so no, that they are able to make it in, but Shax is eliminated quickly. Henzu coming up big. He managed to basically win them or stop KGSZL from capping the 3rd point last game, and here he is again coming up huge, allowing them to capture this point. Henzu, who, to be honest, today has not been playing his best, seems to have woken up and is suddenly playing so well.
Yeah, I think that when KGSZL were attacking, it was like around 5 minutes 6 seconds. Now it was 5 minutes 15 and more. So Quite a good take right here from Vivis Adventure, you've got to say, but then it all goes down to that second and third point, really. It's very rare that teams wouldn't be able to capture the first point here on Route 66, but it so happens sometimes. But nevertheless, LOLSish is going to be the one to take down Ascoft once again, just cleaning out the way before anything is done by KGSZL. Vivis off to a very good start on this map.
Definitely, there's 4 minutes and 25 seconds, so, you know, still quite a lot of time to go. But they are doing much better than we expected them to, but Shax is starting to wake up as well and react a little bit more, getting some of those plays that we've been seeing all day from him. Sharp chasing down LOLSish, he eliminates him, and the team is starting to push forward. They're about halfway to the second checkpoint.
That's easy. And Henzu just facing each other, waiting for the rest of the team to group up, but pretty much chilling, and it's going to be 3 minutes for 50 seconds when they make the decision to go in. I'm taking a look at Gustav's and Kib's positioning, the supports at the very back, nobody focusing on them at all, so that's a good situation out. But sound barrier goes down, and Elevo seems to have a good angle for his soldier out there. Instantly Gustav pops in for the Transcendence, and also Primal Rage knocking people aside from LOLSish. He's starting to lose HP, instantly hides himself in the building. Gustav up against him in a 1v1. I don't think he should be able to win, especially with the barrier between them, but he's got to be careful with the Discord Orb. If he gets a full series of these steel balls, it will hurt quite a bit, but that's going to be actually another not so bad team fight from Vivis Adventure, but they're not able to put their hands on the payload since Kib and Sharp is still there.
Yeah, and Sharp's able to kind of get a couple of cleanup kills near the end there, so some good play from him here. Him and Shax have been two shining stars on the side of the KGSZL today, I feel. Stepping up quite big. Elibode managed to get a couple of crucial kills, and now he's trying to lock down Sharp, but isn't able to finish him off. He's looking for that flank. Leoded's nicely positioned, however, to do a lot of damage down onto the rest of Vivis Adventure.
Getting one with a pulse bomb. It's nothing outstanding, but it's better than he did against Singularity. Luckily enough out there, his performance in Tracer was just not on par. Right now, Sharp's trying to trade in some kills, and he's still standing out and now flying away, but getting killed on his way out by Elevote actually. And there we go. The payload's being pushed further and further. The enemies are starting to group up, but there's only Kib and Leodeds to go up against them, so they abandoned the second point actually. So yes, the payloads and the time bank is looking so much better already for the blue team, and they're not going to be stopped at the gate like KGSZL did. They're going to even lead the payload into the hangar.
Absolutely. So we have 3 minutes and 20 seconds on the clock to get into the hangar. Leodeds gets taken down by Eliver, but this is a really good match coming out of Vivis Adventure. And they seem to be definitely doing a lot of damage, making really good progress, and I'm not sure that KGSZL has the defense required to be able to stop it. Look at that. But 4 dead on KGSZL and no one dead on Vivis Adventure, and they have 4 ultimates ready to go.
Wait, is it over? Okay, the Winston is jumping in. They're gonna have Sharp and Shax shortly also going in right there. There's a sound barrier, and also Elevote kicking off with a tactical visor, but there's also a Dragon Blade from Shax, and Shax is able to take down Z-Core. Right now, the tactical visor from the other side, though, Leodets is not finding many of his targets, really. He is being zoned out completely. Primal Rage, the pulse bomb kicks in, but this monkey can survive a lot of damage, and just look at where the payload is. Just 1 meter will be enough, and Henzo goes ham again on his Genji. And FZZ also with Transcendence, they will probably have it. Winston's just viciously trying to keep the enemies awake at this point for as long as possible, but I don't think it is enough, and they just need as many mobile characters as possible, but they're not able to switch through. They're not able to reach the payload anymore. Sharp was already reaching it with his Tracer, but didn't have enough blinks to really get there in time. So the first map quite quickly actually taken by Vivis Adventure, we have to say that. Both rounds looked extremely overwhelming in the first point, but then where KGSZL got completely shut down, Vivis Adventure pushed through.
Yeah, really good plays coming out of Vivis Adventure. They're much more akin to what we saw in the group stages. And here we're having play of the game from Henzu, looking at the opportunities he can, pops it, takes out Kib very quickly. Ascot goes down, Shax takes down, he chases down Soldier 76. Leodeds gets removed from the map, and that looked like 5 kills. So huge. Henzu 42 eliminations and a 59% kill participation. But Sharp coming up really big with 27% of the team's hero damage. So that's really big. But yeah, Vivis Adventure playing great. Really happy to see that.
Yeah, but actually just seeing their defense, I wasn't convinced. I thought that maybe they just fallen back to their performance from the beginning of the day, but then the finisher on this map was just
huge. Yeah,
a very tasty thing to see. And right now, the second map, as I mentioned, no map's going to be bad for KGSZL anymore, aside from Route 66. They're going for the PAL. Vivis Adventure were struggling on the PAL themselves. KGSZL had a good run against Singularity, as I mentioned, but then you had your own doubts, so we'll see.
Yeah, I think the thing is that KGSZL definitely performed better on Nepal, so they will be stronger on it. But they have had issues with closing out the games, and I expect a team that is that has been as aggressive as Vivis Adventure to be able, if they get the opportunity to take control and force the team back. I think it would be hard for KGSZL to kind of come back from that. I think it takes advantage of their weakness. But it does depend on Vivis Adventure being that aggressive and playing like the Vivis of the group stages.
Okay, so we're quickly hopping into Nepal. And yeah, I can definitely see where you're going with that, but just not too sure of Vivi's performance. But we're kicking off with Village, actually. I think this is the best point for Vivis to start on. Sanctum would have been the point where if KGSZL dominated, then Vivis might have just closed themselves in a little bit, maybe.
Yep.
Maybe lost the confidence or something along these lines. But Village right here with this open point that it is, I feel like it will be a good one for Vivis.
Yeah, definitely. I think it could be as well. I'll have to see. So I wonder, are they actually going to, is Eddievo going to stick with the Widowmaker? Be interesting.
I don't think so. No, definitely not.
Yeah, didn't think so either. But FZZ hovering over the Farah. Now we definitely saw it used effectively earlier, so that's something that I could believe.
Well, let's see. It's going to kick off within 5 seconds. Leo Dead's last moment switching over to the Doomfist, and indeed, this is going to be our one of the first Doomfist for Nepal for sure.
Definitely. We did have Mixy Mix.
But they didn't stick with him for too long.
No, I don't think they did, but they did try it. But it was Mande was just so able to shut it down.
So this one is shut down too.
Whoa.
And this is going to be the point, even before it unlocks, 8 seconds before the points unlocked, they already won the team fight. So that's 8 seconds of idling. Normally it's not so good, but, well, since they are so dominant, I think that they're still going to be happy. And Leonids does not swap it out. He's going to stick with the Doomfist, so it's not just as failed of an experiment like it was last time. And back there, after failing with the Doomfist, they swapped over to Farah Mercy, and I feel like it was a little bit too late, and I also feel like it would have been a bad idea to do it right here. So I'm glad that they hold on to it, and Hensu to open it up. He's gonna get the kill on Ascop. Leonids goes down. Okay, Doomfist is useless, at least up against Vivis Adventure.
I think the thing is that they're not taking advantage of him. Again, like we talked about it, it's like you can't just throw Doomfist in without the extra shielding or without the extra healing, because he's too weak. And if he doesn't land his skill shots, he just gets taken out. He's only got 250 health. And so it's a situation where if you're going to pull him out, you need to fully commit and build the whole team around him. And if you're not willing to do that, then don't even bother bringing him out, is my opinion. But they're trying to move it around, but Mumbati and Elivo getting some good kills. Zeko and Lost just finishing up the others. Basically, Mumbati got a really good pulse bomb. And there we go, another team wipe. Wow.
Yeah. They're just ruffle stomping the enemies, and
basically
Vivis Adventure. Where were you? What was this Vivis Adventure actually throughout the entire day? And why are they in the losers bracket? Because this is a performance worthy of beating Singularity. What we're seeing right now.
Have you swapped it around?
Neovids are instantly gone. So even without the Doomfist, even when he goes for a soldier, isn't going to help much. But there's Sharp on the back line. There's Ascoft also hopping into the point. So they're kind of leaving the focus outside of the point, outside of the main building. But they're able to get back just in time to clean everything out. So still 99% already. Is anybody going to trigger the overtime? No, that's 1-0.
They didn't even touch. They didn't even touch the point. That's insane. This is Vivis. Here we go.
So, yeah, and like, as I said, this is a good point to start for Vivis Adventure, for sure.
So this is like ready 1-0. Really dominant. I wonder if KGSZL will be able to compete or come back from this.
Yeah,
that was just huge. Like, this is the Vivis Adventure I expected to see from the start of today. And I haven't seen it, but it was team wipe after team wipe. 5 people died, team wipe, and the whole match was over. I'm not even sure that lasted 5 minutes.
What we have to say is it's already 1-0 after Road 66. So if Nepal continues like that, it will be the quickest best of 3 of today, and it'll just be over in a blink of an eye.
Yeah, definitely, that's huge. So we have 15 seconds. We have the 2 teams setting up. Mumbati is standing on the side trying to do some damage. Sharp as well, dueling back and forth with him. They managed to take out Mumbati, which is good. Elivote on the side there doing so. Shots in there trying to build up his ultimate. No one has too much of an advantage, but Vivis Adventure... Sorry, it's Vivis Adventure is managing to take out KGSZL.
Yep, once again, just eliminating the entire team. Well, most of the enemy lineup, because like 2 people were left alive there, but they just wanted to die as quickly as possible to regroup again. But this is Vivis Adventure once again dominating the point. Shrine also looking quite fine for them. And as I say, I feel like Sanctum would be the best shot for KGSZL, but it's so unlucky they're kicking off with Village. Next up is Shrine. They're only going to get Sanctum when they're already 0-2 down, most likely. The vote also eliminating Sharp just before the teamfight happens, so the Tracer isn't able to do anything at all. The Helix Rocket's extremely accurate from him for the last couple of minutes for sure.
And Sharp and Shax have been so crucial to KGSZL's victories. They're the 2 players that have been getting the double and triple kills that have allowed them to win so far. And it just seems like Vivis Adventure have been shutting them down completely. And Hanzu jumping out there, getting double kill. Mumbati getting the other 2. Sharp jumps off out of desperation because he knows he can't even touch them. And it's 50% now over to Vivis Adventure. They have 3 ultimates. Lolsich is about 75% up to his. But we do have 3 ultimates on the side of KGSZL, and it looks like the other 3 will be up fairly soon. So it'll be interesting. This is going to be quite an important fight at 69% for Vivis Adventure.
Bomb. Mumbati doesn't get anything done with the pulse bomb of his. Sharp all the same. And Ascoff losing HP so quickly, but he goes for the Primal Rage and will save himself for a little bit longer. Though Shax also so close to it, but everybody's so close to dropping on the side of KGSZL, but they're just not dying somehow, refusing to go down. And luckily enough, because of that, they will be able to secure the point for once right here. It's not going to be a 100% 0. And now let's take a look at their defense. Maybe they're prepared to just have the point on the side and set up a defense right here. Maybe it's going to be a little bit more solid.
Maybe we'll have to wait and see, but that was a good team wipe from KGSZL, taking out everyone on Vivis Adventure, but an aggressive charge from them. Henzu already taking someone out. Elivote taking out Ascot. Henzu again being super aggressive. Elivote and Henzu a dominating team, and they take out 4 people on the side of KGSZL, and they run right back into the point and take it over.
I'd say never mind. The defense also doesn't seem too strong, and that's gonna be Vivis Adventure. Wow, what a performance from them. This is the Vivis Adventure that we know from dominating all these online tournaments and from being actually so up high in the European rankings.
This is the ranks at number 7 best team in Europe according to Ghosty Gamers rankings, and Henzu, holy crap, getting 2 kills, Elivote taking it out, and Leo Deadzo finally taking Henzu out, which is a good kill because he's got to shut it down. But that's it, 2-0, easy for Vivis Adventure. I have to ask, were they playing like one-handed or something like that? Was that the thing? This whole tournament?
Oh, I don't know. No, maybe not the entire tournament. In the group stage, they also had to put in a little bit of effort, right?
But, like, what? I don't even know what to say. Like, how do you go from a team that struggled so hard to a team that is just manhandling KGSZL, who seemed to be so strong?
On the par against Singularity, right?
Yeah. And we have to remember, you know, KGSZL were able to take a number of games up to 99% against Singularity. You know, like, it wasn't like they were steamrolled. Vivis Adventure, though, is beating them much quicker and much easier. So that, hopefully means that if Vivis gets through, we could have a really exciting final. But look at this. Shaq's getting taken out straight away. Ellieboat stepping up big. Henzu again. Ellieboat and Henzu have just been so good.
If it takes them so long to just warm up, to just charge up right here, then on the finals it might be a little bit, unfortunately, the same before they actually unleash that beast that they have inside of it. But yeah, Henzu, Ellieboat, they already are so close to having their ultimates completely charged up. Just look at Leo Dead's compare him to Ellieboat. 40% behind on a Soldier 76.
Wow.
Now Lolsish completely obliterating Sharp, so no big Tracer action, no flanks coming through. Helix rockets right into the face of 3 people. It's a huge chunk of damage too, and they lock them out again. So I was talking about how Sanctum might be a little bit better. Well, I'm calling that back too.
Wow, this is well, I guess this is what I was saying. You know, like, I could see if anyone was able to kind of shut KGSZL, it would be Vivis, but I definitely didn't expect this. Henzu, look at him positioning really nice. He's got the ultimate ready. Is he going to go in for a flank? He seems to be letting Lolsish dart forward and take most of the aggro, but nice reflection. Double kill off of that reflection. Monstrous eliminates Axkoff. And he hasn't even had to use his ultimate.
Yep,
what is this? This is just like, this is what the Vivis we've been talking about the whole time. The aggression, not letting the other team out of spawn. We're already at 60% of the point. They haven't even touched it again.
I mentioned a great Genji play by Shax last time on the par against Singularity, where he's held the enemies back 2 times in a row without having to use his ultimate. Now Henzu definitely topping that performance right now. He's able to nearly single-handedly also just control everything. Ellieboat, Lolsish, and Henzu once again kicking it off with their ultimates right now and just eliminating the entire team.
Shax tried to make something happen with his ultimate both shut down, and yeah, and then 5 people. Every time it seems that they're fighting, it's 5 people dead on the other side, 5 people dead. Here we finally see Henzu using the
Will they reach the point?
2 down, 3 down, 4 down on that side.
Overtime is there.
5 down, and this is it. It's over. 3-0. Holy crap. Wow.
That's it, gonna be it. Vivis Adventure, what a game, definitely. And Henzu, very much well deserved a play of the game. Let's just see. It's gonna be from Sanctum, yes indeed.
This is when they won already. He's been holding this ultimate, by the way. I was watching for basically 3/4 of the match, and he finally decides to throw it out and casually gets a quadra kill and helps his team kill the 5th person. Insane. 49 eliminations, 69 kill participation from Henzu. They dominate the medal board. Insane showing from Vivis Adventure. I'm so happy they finally turned up, because that's exactly the team that I was excited to watch. And we get that glimpse of them, and that's the team I really hope will go through at the end to face off against Team Singularity in the LAN finals.
Yeah, hopefully it will be this Vivis Adventure and not the one that we've seen in the very beginning of the day that got demolished, devoured by Singularity, then had some struggles against NC until the last map, and that's where they just clicked the big red button and decided that it's time to go serious, apparently. So, like, a huge game by them, surely.
Yeah, awesome. Like, I you know, really great game, and that's exactly the sort of, when we're watching them play like that, they are so aggressive. They're sitting there forcing the other team. The second they step out of spawn, they're under a hail of bullets and taking damage. They never have room to breathe or to re-coordinate, and that's the Vivis adventure that is so much fun to watch. But that being said, I do want to props to KGSZL. I think they performed way better than anyone, and they themselves included, expected. They got through the open qualifiers. They won a group that was very tough. They had Iceblock GG, which is a very stacked team. It has some really great players, but they won them, and then they managed to make it all the way until the Grand 3. Really good team, and I'm really excited to see what they end up doing together.
Yeah, definitely. And surely if you're able to get as far in a tournament like this with a mix, it's not about performance at all. Hopefully they will stick together. And maybe they lacked Zeus, although it's tough to say. Really, it would have been too hard to overpower Vivi's adventure with the performance like that coming in from the Swedes. But maybe it would have been possible to beat down Singularity on maybe on the PAL right there. Maybe the 1-1 and then somehow push through. Definitely, they have to continue doing what they're doing, but still, congratulations. Zeus would have been good,
but you know what? Shax was really impressive as well. I wasn't sure how he would. It was big shoes to fill because Zeus was so good in the group stages, getting quadra kill after quadra kill with his Genji. But Shax completely stood up and was really key to KGSZL's successes. So props to him.
Yep, and indeed, expected finals after all. Singularity versus Vivi's adventure, but throughout the day it definitely got exciting. So I still think that we should be quite content, quite happy with what the days looked like. But for now, we don't know when, we don't know where the finals will be happening. That you will have to find out tomorrow. So make sure to reach out to ELC Gaming's Twitter, Facebook, and keep yourself updated with all the news on that. Tomorrow, we are also continuing with the Counter-Strike Legends series, so make sure not to miss that.
Absolutely, it'll be really exciting to see all of that, and thanks from me. It's been great fun with Nero, and this whole Legend series has been excellent, so thank you to all the teams. Guys, go find their Twitters, follow the teams, it means a lot to them, and it helps them out, and support your players.
Yeah, so I think that for today, that will be it. Thank you very much for being with us the entire day, all the way through. I can see that you're having great fun with the betties, but more bets will be out there for you on the Counter-Strike Legends series, on the Overwatch finals too. So just simply have a good night and hopefully see you on another so good of a stream as this one was. See you there.
Never gonna give you up. I'm never